What's up, guys? This is Saber Final 4. Yesterday we reviewed the Scarlet EX Japanese set, and today it's going to be part 2. I'm going to be reviewing the Violet EX Japanese set. Now, in Japan, they split their base sets and a lot of sets actually into two. For us, we're going to be getting one big set. It's going to be the Scarlet and Violet base set, like with Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, X and Y. I mean, pretty much all the way you go into the Ruby, Diamond and Pearl days. Just one base set, big base set of the video games. But in Japan, they split them into two. I actually prefer the Japanese system. But anyway, it pisses me off that I gotta do this on Cerebi when we have our own website, but it's still not ready yet to have all of the cards from the sets to be making set reviews. But anyway, Cerebi is good enough as well. Now, I'm gonna start with grass Pokemon as always. I got this Pineco here. Okay, filler. I'm gonna try not to be as angry as I was yesterday because I should be used to this by now. The filler weakling Pokemon that are just here to be here. You got this Heracross. This guy's gonna do 30 more damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. So, okay, another thing we've seen before. But I mean, if Stage 2 Pokemon like Flygon that do this and not Feromasa, Tsarina, I think, didn't do much with these sort of attacks, you know, depending on the bigger your opponent's Pokemon retreat is. Yeah, this guy isn't going to do anything. So if they have like a 3 retreat, let's say, what is it, like 100 for 2? It's weak. The Stage 2s had a better timer and they didn't do anything. So anyway, that's Heracross. Got the Scatterbug line. So Adaptive Evolution, this Pokemon can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. So we've seen this with a Caterpie and a Metapod from Flashfire a very long time ago now. Even if the Vivillon here isn't good, the idea is if there is a good Vivillon, then you'll be able to utilize these pieces of the evolution line. The problem is, though, well, 30 HP is mega low. It's just like they're making them worse and worse. And the main problem is that Stage 2 Pokemon are always useless, especially, you know, these butterfly Pokemon, Vivillon, Butterfree, Beautifly. They always just give them even more horrendous HP than other Stage 2s. So Spupa, I'm guessing, yeah, he's going to have the same thing, Adaptive Evolution. Evolve instantly during the turn you play this. So yeah, that's good, but if the Vivillon sucks, so yeah, bullshit as I would expect. So 120 HP, don't even have free retreat, which is a joke. A joke. This Pokemon is a freaking EX era Pokemon. Minus the attacks, I guess, but in terms of stats, we're talking 20 years ago. A Pokemon that belongs in an era 20 years ago. So Miracle Powder does 50 for 1 and then flip a coin if heads. Pick a special condition. Your opponent's active Pokemon is that condition. So this seems like, oh, broken. You pick whatever special condition you want. But whatever you choose, it's not really anything spectacular. I mean, I guess if you can pick Paralysis, if you want to pick Paralysis, then okay. But then it would have been just like the flip a coin if heads, your opponent's Pokemon is paralyzed effect. So it's nothing really groundbreaking. If you pick poison, you're gonna do a little bit of damage or burn. You can pick sleep. You can pick paralysis. That doesn't matter. Your opponent is gonna play around that shit. It's weak damage output is what it is. And then the Bug Buzz attack. It's just a 110 for 2, which is extremely weak as well. I mean, if they gave this Pokemon what they should give Stage 2s. Let's say 180 HP with free retreat. Let's try and be as fair as possible. If it's not going to have free retreat, then I expect even more HP than that. I expect 200 plus HP. But they want to give it 1 retreat. Anyway, it should have had like maybe a 1 for 10 attack, I suppose. Or the first attack do more base damage and then you pick a special condition. So anyway, it's just going to be another useless Pokemon. From my memory, all the other Vivillons I reviewed, most of them were shit as well. So these little guys having this effect, It's not really going to amount to much. Maybe I'm missing something though. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be some expanded deck. Okay. And we got Taruntula. Not a very original name. It doesn't do anything. Mega weak HP as well. Jesus Christ. So, okay, this is the same one. This one is with 60 HP. Okay, and this is the Spidops or Spidops EX. I'm guessing this is the evolution, the Spider evolution. So it is a stage 1, 260 HP Pokemon EX. You can do Wire Hanger. Its attack does 30 damage more for each damage. More damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. So it's the retreat multiplier again. Plus 30. Okay. So if they've got like a 2, let's say 2 retreat cost, which is it's average, then this is a 150 for 2 attack. That's not too bad. And then it's going to get stronger from there. God damn it. Are you serious right now? There's fireworks outside. I don't know why. I'm guessing you guys can hear this shit. Fuck. But anyway, let's keep going. So, obviously there's stadiums and other methods to boost your opponent's Pokemon retreat. I mean, these cards are going to rotate out probably, like the Galar Mine that does this. But if you can attack on a big retreat Pokemon, whether naturally or whether you boost their retreat, then you can do, I guess, some decent damage. You are going to need 2 attachments though. It's not going to be like Serena or Flygon that I've used. And the ability to, I didn't look at that. So trap territory, your opponent's active Pokemon retreat cost is 1 more. Wow. Okay, so this changes everything because this gives you a natural, I guess, it might as well be a plus 30 with this guy's ability on himself because it boosts the attack. So natural, obvious synergy with the attack. And from what I understand, this is going to stack. I mean, it doesn't say it has to be active. So if you get a bunch of these dudes out, damn, this is going to be some scary stuff. So I'm looking at a competitive Pokemon here, like potentially a tier 1 deck. Just get a bunch of these Spidops EX out, boost your damage output, 2 energy, we can work with that. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to accelerate grass energy. Can't forget about Gardenia, for sure. So not bad. Grass does have a lot of support. It's just always the problem with the fire weakness. They can always check them. But, yeah, I think this is a pretty strong Pokemon. I mean, what they should have done is maybe give this a different ability and then give a different Pokemon this effect. Not together, but it is what it is. When they want to make something broken, they do. So, yeah, nothing else to add. Pretty strong card. In Expanded, of course, there's even more support to boost your opponent's Pokemon retreat. It's going to be pretty strong. Alright. So we got the Toadscool, Tentacool variant. And here's another one over here. Auto Sleep. Wow, it's standing on its feet. I guess it doesn't need to live in the water. It's kind of crazy when I look at this shit. God damn. Almost like some fake shit. This one, are you supposed to be in the water though? I don't know. It's a grass Pokemon too. Creepy Tentacles. You may move 1 energy from one of your opponent's active Pokemon to their bench Pokemon. Yeah, not too great, but I guess you can put an energy on a useless support Pokemon. It's 1 for 30 though, which is shit. And then the Triple Smash, Coin Flip Attack. If you get heads, 80 damage. You flip 3, I guess on average. Maybe you're going to do 80 damage, 160 if you're lucky. You get 3 heads. That's 240, unlikely though. I mean, it's more filler bullshit, coin flip bullshit gimmick. 120 HP. This guy dies in 1 shot every time, so you're not going to do anything. Okay, then we got the Capsakid. Okay, now there's a better name than the other ones I've seen so far. Doesn't do anything. And the second one, search your deck for a basic fire energy and attach it to this Pokemon. Man, why do they do these things? I don't get it. They're really just taking the piss. If you leave this guy active to use this attack to grab an energy, more than likely your opponent is just going to kill you next turn. I mean, unless they're in the process of setting up and they seriously can attack, it's the only way you're going to be able to do this and survive. Anyway, you got the Scovillain. This one's kind of cool as well. Reminds me of the Piranha Plant, I think they're called, like in Yoshi and Mario. Okay, so it's another useless stage 1 Pokemon with 110 HP that's going to be dying if you just blow some air on it with your mouth. And what does it do? It does 20 for 1 with auto burn. That's not great. Man, there's other Pokemon that do this shit that are basics from the Sun and Moon era. Just 20 for 1 with burn. You have to be fucking with me. You have to. And then the spicy Hee-Ha attack. This Pokemon has any fire energies attached. It's 180 for 3. Otherwise, it's just 90. I mean, how the fuck are you gonna... I guess you can try and do some mix shit with fire energies. I mean, you're gonna fucking use this with Ember or something? It's bullshit. I mean, it's not even that much damage. 180 for 3. There's other Pokemon that can do this more effectively, and they're not doing shit. Okay, we got the Growlithe here. Switch your deck for up to 2 basic fire energy and attach them to this Pokemon too. I mean, this guy is also probably gonna die, but 90 HP, I guess, and you grab double as opposed to 1. So even this is better than the other guy. Anyway, and then of course it's because they gotta give him love for the Arcanine EX, of course. So we've seen this card, or you might have seen this card. It was in Poke Beach, one of the revealed cards. I think there's an English version too. It's been revealed. I remember what it does. It has 280 HP for a stage 1, which is respectable. It does Ankle Claw, 30 damage plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. It's the outrage shit. So if anybody attacks this and doesn't kill it, they're going to be hurt back even more. And then the main attack, Bright Flame, 250 for 3, discard 2 fire energy from this Pokemon. Respectable damage output and I guess decent discard cost, like standard cost, good damage output. If you use this and expand it, there's Welder. I guess if you want to use something like Ember as well, there's probably other methods I'm not thinking about. I guess in standard you could use this with the... No, it wouldn't be effective, but I guess maybe if you want to use the first attack, the Reshiram V, that grabs energies. A bunch of things you can do. I'm guessing that there's going to be some more support for this guy in here. If I had to guess, we'll see. But yeah, standard stuff. Standard fire Pokemon. Okay. Sort of ensuring that, I guess, yeah, the Spite Ups, it's not going to do shit again. The thing is with grass Pokemon is, fire Pokemon, all of the big fire Pokemon do a lot of damage. That's always the case. Whether they have cost, whether they have whatever, they do a lot of damage. So it just always guarantees that they're going to get one-hit knockouts on your grass Pokemon with weakness. Anyway, okay, so Houndour, nothing to you, and then Houndoom. I think this artwork is kind of cool, but once again, let down by the 120 HP. Like this is the damn black and white era or whatever. So you do 30 for 1, pitiful, and then the Fire Blast, 150 for 3, discard energy from this Pokemon. Not very impressive once again. I mean, it's decent damage output, but as usual, you're committing the energies. This guy's gonna die. I mean, I would rather just do maybe like, fuck, I don't know, like 220 or something. And then it has the effect where you discard all energies. Because he's gonna die anyway if you leave him active. So, 2 retreat costs, pretty bad as well. Jesus. So we got the slow poke. And then slow bro. Wow, this looks really nice as well. Is this Kensuke Mori? No, it says Shinji Kanda. It almost looks like some Kensuke Mori alternate art shit. Really nice. So, strange behavior. As many times as you like. During your turn, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. Holy fuck. I guess they did it. They brought back Ranunculus effect. So this is gonna be, man, pretty powerful. I mean, the Gengar from Sword and Shield base set didn't do shit. I'm the only one that used it on the planet probably. Stage 2, terrible stats, and you had to use Psychic Pokemon to move. You had to put the damage, move the damage between Psychic Pokemon. Or on Psychic Pokemon, let's just say that. I think that was the effect. This guy, though, I mean, if the translation is accurate and you can just put this from everywhere, it just leads to a lot of rad combos. It's only a stage 1 too, which is the biggest thing. So it's going to be a lot more consistent than Gengar. It gives you more space in your deck. You don't have to use rare candies. So obviously the combo, the instant combo that comes to my mind is what I've done with Gengar basically. You move the damage counters on a regular Pokemon, whatever the hell it is, and then you use Scoop Up Net, and it's almost like a max potion in a way without moving energies. It's that kind of shit. There's other combos you can do with Wobbuffet V, for example. You know, you do that sort of shit. You can maybe put damage on a Pokemon that does have like a rage attack, and then you boost the damage that way. This is pretty strong, of course. It's not as strong as Sinister Hand, but very close. Yeah, I mean, oh wait though, fuck. You can't move it anywhere. It has to move to this guy. Okay. So I guess this you can still do the Scoop Up Net shit, but you're gonna have more limitations. Let's just say that. Okay, that makes it much shittier. That definitely makes it much shittier. But I'm sure there has to be some way to use this card. We'll see. We got Clauncher and Clawitzer. It's been a while since I saw you guys. You probably don't do anything. As usual. So, Water Gun 50 for 2 and then 160 for 3. You can't attack next turn. Whatever. You're gonna die next turn, buddy. Either way. We got Setodile. Setodal. Whatever. Almost like a Totodile card. Different Totodile. Another one. See, I don't get this. Okay, why the fuck are you gonna make one with 80 HP and another one with 100 HP? Okay, yeah, it has one more retreat, but who gives a fuck? This one is better. This one, it doesn't even do anything. Anyway, so the stage 1, it's Setodon, a stage 1 with 180 HP. Color me surprised. So trying to give Steelix some competition in a Wailord. So it has a useless hammer in attack though. And then the sweeping tackle, 200 for 3, but minus 20 for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Now this doesn't even matter to be honest, because even with 180 HP, this guy's dead. And I mean, if you're not dead, then it ensures your attack is useless. So of course they made sure to make it suck in some way. I don't know, I mean, it's just too risky, because even if it survives a hit, your main attack, your big attack that you're gonna commit a water and a DC-esque card to commit to make, it becomes useless. So there's other Pokemon that do this sort of between this kind of damage, even if it's not 200, maybe 180. for 3, and they're not doing shit. Is this guy gonna be the answer? I don't think so. I guess, okay, so the combo, probably what it is you use this with the fucking Slowbro. But I mean, they must be taking the piss because they should know. Like, even though this guy looks impressive as a stage 1 with 180 HP, he's still gonna be dying in one shot. Just look at the main attackers just from this set. Never mind the stuff we've got from the Sword and Shield era. That isn't gonna rotate. Just look at the main attackers, like the EX attackers, from the Scarlet EX set, and the stuff we're gonna see from this set, or the stuff we've seen so far. They just get one hit KOs on this guy without even trying. Anyway, got a Magnezone EX line. Okay, I'm curious what this guy does because it's one of the cards that was featured, I guess, in the beginning, but I don't think I know what they do. So you get these sort of towers over here. Is this gonna be some Hull on Land Delta species shit? I doubt it, but you never know. It'd be nice if they gave us cards like that, an engine like that again. So 90 for 2, and you kill yourself. Yeah, isn't this wonderful? Because you seriously need this. If you did 90 for 2, it wasn't going to be anything, but they gotta make you kill yourself too to do this. I hate them, man. I really hate them for what they're doing. And here's Magnezone EX. So it has 330 HP. This is much stronger than Gardevoir. I think this is going to be... This might be like the cap, I guess, 330, 340. I doubt they would go over to 350 so easily. But we'll see. I mean, this is already 80 more HP than Stage 2 GXs. So, it's a big jump. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, these guys are only going to give away 2 prizes. So, you do Energy Crush, 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So this is really strong. A Luxray Stage 2 has this attack, and that guy could have been decent. I mean, if you, depending on what your opponent does, you can do a lot of damage. So it's going to be a useful attack on this guy too. And then the Pulse Launcher attack, it's 220, and you only do, I mean, it says 20 here, but it writes 30 on the card. I'm guessing it's going to be 30 damage. You do 30 to yourself. So 190, I guess, if you factor in the drawback. I mean, it's good enough. It's powerful enough. 220 for 2. First attack is good. HP is high. So nice lightning Pokemon. I mean, Magnezone V-Star came out and didn't really do shit. I wanted to find a way to use it. I actually have a few, but I can't really find a way to utilize his attack. It's more for a support Pokemon. You need a partner with that card. This guy, though, I mean, looks like it's going to be easier to use in terms of damage output, but it's going to be a stage 2. Man, who the fuck is... Fuck outside. Anyway. Whatever. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys could if were hearing this, but there's a guy sounding the horn in his car. I don't know how to say this in English, but yeah. So where was I? Okay, Magnezone. Yeah, good HP, good attacks, standard weakness, big retreat. It's gonna be too inconsistent to pair it with Fluffy, I think. Stage 2 with the Stage 1 line. But who knows? Anyway, moving on. Got Pachirisu. This Pokemon cannot be paralyzed. Yeah, like anybody gives a fuck about this shit. And then Ground Group Zap. This deck does 20 more damage for each of your benched lightning Pokemon. And is not affected by weakness. Why the fuck they had to do this? We've seen attacks like this before that didn't do anything, that would hit for weakness. Man, I really don't understand what the Pokemon Company designers are thinking. I really don't get it anymore. I don't understand why they can't make the regular Pokemon be solid. That's all we're asking. So, do you guys think if this dude could hit for weakness, was it gonna be broken? For each of your benched lightning Pokemon, so there's already a condition. If you have 5, it's 110 damage for 2. It's just 110 for 2. We've seen this before. Ah, fucking hell, man. Useless Pokemon. And it's a shame. It's a shame this has to be reality. We got this Rotom Junk Hunt. I don't want to see this. Sableye. At least you only get 1 card. So this is good that they balance, because this we know can be broken from Sableye, from Dark Explorers. But why they gotta have the other regular Pokemon be weaklings, I will never know. Seriously. I can always speculate that it's on purpose, it's for whatever the fuck, but why they want to do this, they seriously are committed to doing this. So Junk Hunt, this guy's going to be good just because of this, and the other thing is your attack with a coin flip, whatever, just like Sableye, basically. So a shittier Sableye, but it's going to be in the standard format. And then we got Toxel. Okay. Toxtricity. Yeah, 120 for 3, useless. You do 20 to yourself, doesn't matter. And then the Pluck Off, choose 2 random cards from your opponent's hand and shuffles them into the deck. So item or hand disruption. Okay. There's always some of these cards around in the format, but they just whatever anyway. Maybe it's good that they don't work at the end of the day. Okay, then we got the Pawmi. This is one of the cooler Scarlet and Violet Pokemon. Main illustration, Tika Matsuno. It definitely looks like something Kensuke Mori would draw once again. There's the other one with 60 HP. So it's just, look at these. It's just to fill the set, basically. I guess they got too many artworks to spare, and they do these filler cards. So this is the stage 1, 9 HP. Yeah, great improvement. Doesn't do anything once again. And then the stage, is this the stage 2? It almost looks like it's the same shit, but it's not. Wow. So this is a stage 2 Pokemon with 130 HP. They gave it free retreat, and they probably think they're cool because they did this. I don't like this. So stat wise is not good. 130 HP. This is dead every time. It's not gonna take any hits. But I think it has some good stuff. Generator, once during your turn, you may search deck for a basic lightning energy and attach it to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So you can power yourself up, but that's it. It's not going to work with other Pokemon. And then Electro Pause, 230, and then discard all lightning energy from this Pokemon. It's still not enough. You're going to need 3. He's going to be dying turn after turn. You're not going to be able to have a bunch of these stage 2s out at once. It's impossible. Especially because they're going to be dying turn after turn anyway. So you can get your manual attachment. You can get another energy with this guy's effect. You still need another one. It really is depressing, man, looking at these cards. So I don't think this card is going to do anything. The ability doesn't work with the other Pokemon, so you couldn't even try to use this to power up another attacker. I mean, in an ideal world, I would want to use this guy to attack. I don't want to be fucking always pairing up regular Pokemon to support the rule box Pokemon. The Vs, the GXs, the Tag Team GXs, the EXs now. I don't want this shit. So they made it that, okay, you're gonna power yourself up, but it's not fast enough still, and this guy's gonna be dying in one shot. At least if it was you grab 2 energies with the effect, and then you always gotta discard all of them, but I mean, he's gonna be dying anyway, so. Okay, I got Miraidon EX. Tandem unit. So once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic lightning Pokemon, put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. So this is much more consistent than what the Koraidon does, like the other dude. I don't even remember his name. It doesn't end your turn, unless they didn't translate this right. But I mean, it's not as broken. This is a basic Pokemon fetcher. It's got to be lightning too. Really good if you were going to use this with the sheeps, Fluffy and Marip. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say this. This card is probably going to make those good again. Because at the end of the day, even if you can't use fucking Rayquaza VMAX because it's too slow, then you can use this guy. He's going to be a decent attacker, Photon Blaster, 220 for 3, and then you can attack next turn. Okay, we can work with this. And it helps your consistency. I mean, unless it is going to end your turn, but I think it won't. So that's really nice. It's consistency, good attacker, basic EX Pokemon, can't ask for anything more. So very nice. Glad to see this. It's probably going to benefit a lot of Pokemon. You know, lightning. It can be anything as long as it's lightning, from what I understand. So that's dope. A lot of cool shit you can do with this. And expand it even. Alright, we got Drowsy and Hypno. Yeah. Pendulum Manipulation. If heads, pick one of your opponent's active Pokemon and use it as this attack, but you gotta get okay, gimmick stuff, useless other attack. Shop it. If heads, your opponent can't use any item cards. Okay, that's broken, but you gotta flip heads. Anyway, and then banette EX. I guess they had to give us this to go with Gardevoir, you know, old school Pokemon that would originally X's. So what exactly do you do? 250 HP, so it's solid. You know, the old banette EX was weak in terms of HP. Lights out, your opponent can't play any item cards from their hand during the next turn. Okay, so be prepared for this to be a strong card already. And then Poltergeist, your opponent reveals their hand, does 60 damage for each trainer card you find. Wow. So they really, yeah, when they want to make something good, they don't give a fuck, as you guys can see. So they're given this card, Poltergeist, which we know, which we've seen before many times before now. But they gave it an item lock attack built in as the first attack. You don't normally see this normally. I can't think of any instance where you get both of these. Usually you have another way to lock trainers, or item cards I guess, and then another Pokemon has the Poltergeist shit like Gengar. Now, you have to keep in mind still, the way the new rules are with tool cards is that they're not going to be considered item cards. I'm quite sure that's how the ruling is. I could be mistaken, but there is some differentiation. So yeah, I think I remember this right. That's how it's going to be. So it makes these item lock cards much weaker. This is still going to be busted as fuck though, make no mistake. Yeah, you can just lock your opponent, do the Seismitoad EX shit. I mean, that guy was in a different era. Nowadays, doing this slow damage probably isn't very effective. We don't have anything like Muscle Band. We don't have Hypnotoxic Laser shit. Pokemon have much more HP. Yet this guy's gonna do 30 still. But it only needs one Psychic Energy. The effect is still strong. And then Poltergeist. You know what the coolest thing about this shit is? I think I just got another Pokemon to use with Vileplume and expand it. So that's awesome. The timer is weaker than Chandelure VMAX, and obviously you don't have the broken GX attack of Mimikyu Gengar attacked in GX, but he's gonna be stronger than Gengar, weaker than Chandelure. I guess something in the middle, considering it's a stage 1, considering Chandelure is a VMAX stage 1, giving away 3 prizes, and then Gengar is the basic. But there's shit you can do. I mean, I guess, yeah, you don't got the Gengar GX attack shit, but you can still do this while you're setting up the Vileplume. So I think this is very, very good. Very strong Pokemon and expanded. I mean, weak to darkness, that's trouble. Fighting resistance is great though. 250, I think it's solid enough from the other EXs I've seen. It's a stage 1. I mean, the Donphan variant is a basic and it had 250, I'm quite sure. Very nice card, like it. Banette too. Love for Gen 3. Got Flabebe, one of my favorites. Of course, it's gonna be shit though. Same with Floette. Beautiful cards, cute cards that don't do anything. And then Florges. Man, this fairy Pokemon was so awesome when I used to play the Pokemon video games Gen 6. Good times. So, Bloomin' Garden. Your Pokemon at play have no weakness. Okay, that's pretty good, but of course they had to give it terrible fucking HP. They've always done this Florges. I never know why. 140 HP is horrendous. 2 Retreat 2. And as I remember Puka saying once upon a time, Stage 2 Pokemon that get rid of your weakness usually don't do much. Especially with the errated rare candy we've had for so long. And then Moonblast, the useless attack. Yeah, look at this ridiculous shit. You're gonna do 120 for 3, and then defending Pokemon's attacks deal 30 less damage. Yeah, because if all of the V-Stars that do 200 for 3, if they do 170, we're gonna live somehow. Yeah, it's gonna make that big difference. It's weak. Weak damage output, weak defensive effect. Bullshit. Okay, got the Klefki. A lot of Gen 6 Pokemon here, I think. So, Mischievous Lock, as long as Pokemon has the active spot, basic Pokemon have no abilities except this dude. This is busted. Not invincible, but busted for sure. People are going to use this. And then Joust, before dealing damage, discard any Pokemon tools attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Just the active, okay, it's whatever. Ability is really good though. Damn, it's everybody. It's not just it's not like Empoleon, Rabbit's freaking Empoleon. This is gonna be pretty busted, but a good thing I guess to open with to set up your other shit. Then we got the Grievard or Gravard, however you say this name. Nice little ghost Pokemon too. A big ass hairy dog. So Graveyard Frolic does 10 damage for each psychic Pokemon you discard. So yeah, they always gotta do the Mad Party Night March shit. It's just the same old shit. They don't got any more ideas. They don't even bother to make regular Pokemon good. They just do this shit. So you can try the Mad Party shit. This is your card if you like those strategies. All psychic Pokemon, pretty generic condition. I mean, just needs a psychic energy. You don't even got to put a DC. Slightly bigger than what the fuck was your name? Joltik and some of the other small dudes with 50 HP and shit. So, yeah, this is what you get. Now, being times 10 is much a different animal though than being times 20. You're gonna need a lot of dudes to do damage. Like Flareon and Vespiquen. So maybe it's not going to be as good, but whatever. Netherworld Walk. Look at your opponent's hand. Put a supporter card to the bottom of their deck. Okay. And then this is the evolution. Wow. Didn't know this dude evolved. Last Respects. Ominous. So does 10 more damage for each psychic Pokemon you discard pile, but you do 80 for 2. Shit. So this is much stronger. You actually have some base damage to work with here. You need 2 psychic energies though. 140 HP, gonna be dying every time. What they should have done if this was gonna be maybe decent is maybe give it, you start with I don't know, like 40 for 1 or 50 for 1, and it works with 1 psychic, because 2, you know, these sort of discard pile decks, they usually gotta move fast with 1 attachments. They can't really afford the luxury of 2. I don't know though, maybe it's better this way, because I'm not fond of these strategies in the first place. Okay, so Monkey. Nice artwork. Doesn't do anything though. And Primeape. 70 for 1 and you do 20 to yourself. It's shit, but you know what? I'd rather have this than Medicham, where if I get Tails on the coin flip, I do 0. Because either way, even if you did 50 damage to yourself, this guy's gonna die next turn anyway with 190 HP. So it's a much weaker Donphan. You're probably better off using Donphan from Vivid Voltage than this guy. But it's another option, I guess. They just don't do enough damage. You know, this sort of damage is not enough. Okay? No matter how quick it is, it's just not pressuring enough with all the HP the rule box Pokemon have. I guess you got Annihilate though. I almost forgot this guy has a new evolution too. So, Rage Fist, 70 damage for each prize card your opponent has already taken. Shit. Strong Revenge Pokemon. So if they've just taken 2, it does 140 for 1. Now we can work with this. I never thought I'd say this, but maybe we have a stage 2 Pokemon we might be able to work with. So once again, I mean, it's kind of like the Cinderace from the Single Strike Archetype Stage 2. They gotta give him this broken shit to do any real damage. So if they're winning, which is usually going to be the case against Stage 2 decks, you do very high damage. Yeah. And then the Dynamite Punch, it's 170 for 2, and this Pokemon does 50 damage to itself. If you want a conventional attack, I guess, you have an option as well. Self-damage doesn't matter much, once again, because this guy's going to be dying every time. But I really like the first attack. Man, maybe we can finally use a Stage 2 Pokemon and it's not going to be ass. Only problem is, you gotta start losing, or this guy can't do damage. So you probably are going to need another attacker in the meantime. Maybe like Donphan to do something, because you can't just wait for your opponent to get a few prizes and then you do shit. I guess if they take 1, you can at least start putting pressure with 70 for 1. Yeah, I think we can work with this guy maybe. He's still going to be dying in 1 shot every time, don't get me wrong, but at least you can put pressure. Spiritomb, wow, it looks like it's sad or pissed in this picture. Very rare occasion. I don't think I've ever seen a Spiritomb artwork like this. So switch your opponent's active Pokemon, one of your bench Pokemon, and then Doom Decree. If both of them are heads, I think it means you flip a coin, and if both of them are heads, the defending Pokemon is knocked out. I hate shit like this. It's the same fucking shit with that Jirachi. Flip a coin bullshit with an extremely broken reward, like an auto knockout. This is not healthy or balanced, and it's not the way to make a regular Pokemon good. It just makes things luck-based and unfair. I hate attacks like this, man. Okay, fuck this card, and I'm just gonna take a sip of water too, because I'm dying here. Pardon me, guys, but I gotta take a little bit of water when I make these long-ass videos. So, Mischief doesn't do anything. This is the same. A lot of duplicates of the same Pokemon. And then Stiff. Stage 1. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent switch their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. I don't think you get to pick, though. Yeah, they get to pick, but at least you don't have to be active to do this. And then Wild Tackle, 160 for 3, weak, and then you do 30 yourself. Makes no difference. The problem with attacks like this, of course, in Stage 2 Pokemon is that you cannot commit. You can't use your Dark Patches, use resources to get this dude out, attach a bunch of energies, just to get one attack off. That's not doing shit. Okay? If you're gonna use all of your resources to make one attack, and then you know you're gonna be dying next turn, you gotta be doing extremely crazy damage. And I mean extremely crazy damage. And 160 is not extreme damage. Okay? Maybe it would have been extreme damage in the black and white era, because then you can put like a muscle band and then you can get a 1-hit KO and an EX. But besides that, these days, just to be in the range for 2-hit KOs, it's not enough. And this is why all of these regular Stage 2 and Stage 1 Pokemon are useless that do this damage. It's just mathematics. Okay, we got Bombardier. Bombardier. This is a cool name, I'm not gonna lie. Reminds me of some other shit, but anyway. You got the junk bag. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon tools, review them and put them into your hand, shuffle your deck. And then clutch. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. So I'm quite sure this is a basic Pokemon. It must be one of those like boss Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet video games, but not quite a legendary, but a Pokemon that doesn't evolve. I like it. Its design though is a really cool looking bird Pokemon. I think it's a bird, yeah. I mean, it definitely looks like it could have been a cool legendary, maybe. Pretty sweet. Okay, and then the clutch. Did I already read this? I think I did. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, it's the you can't retreat shit. It's not doing much. Anyway. Got good old Fortress. Consecutive spin. Flip a coin until tails. 50 damage. Yeah, okay. And then Shell Rolling. Your opponent's next turn's Pokemon receives 50 less damage. Almost as bad as Florges. Yeah, because if you block 50 damage, you can survive 120 HP. It's not good. Weak damage output as well, 90 HP. This isn't even gonna get 2-hit KOs. This might even not get 3-hit KOs on some Pokemon. Another filler card. You got the Iron Treads EX. This fucking dude. Is this... almost looks like another Donphan variant, but I don't know, it could be crazy. So, it's a basic metal Pokemon EX, triple laser, 30 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. This is the exact same attack that Registeel EX had more than 10 years ago at this point. So, I don't know why they didn't make this a bit stronger. See, I do acknowledge that they do make a lot of, the rule box Pokemon beat weaklings too. Like, not really improve. But when they have so much HP and other factors, they're still better than the regular Pokemon. So even though this guy has the same attack as a Registeel EX from more than 10 years ago, it's still stronger than all of the fucking regular Pokemon you can imagine. And Cybernetic Wheel, 160 for 4, and then switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. This is a hidden switch attack, but very average damage with a very big cost. So I don't think anybody's gonna try and use this attacker seriously. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. I think this is one of the maybe iconic Pokemon from the Scarlet and Violet games. So I don't know why they made this guy so weak. Both attacks are quite underwhelming. The triple laser attack is not the same as when Registeel used to do this, and Registeel EX, when he did this, it was only for a little bit. It was even considered a good attack. 90 total for 3. So this guy doing this now is too weak. The second attack is weak and difficult to use. I guess if you can get it going, it is a hit and switch attack, but it just takes too much energy to do. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe somebody's gonna prove me wrong and use this with success. It doesn't even do that much damage. That's the problem. Maybe if it did like 180 and then you hit and switch. I mean, no matter what, you get into it knockout, so I guess you don't care if it's 180 or 160. But yeah, it's just a lot of energies to make work. I got Chansey and Blissey, my favorite pink Pokemon. You don't do much. What about you, Blissey? Very nice artwork. I like this sort of what is this background? A very rural background. I like it, but they gave it less HP than other Blissey cards, which is sad. So the Zealous Nurse, once during your turn, you may heal all special conditions from your active Pokemon. This isn't good, man. We don't fucking need a full heal on foot. I guess it's here, but is anybody seriously gonna use this just to have a full heal on foot? You got a couple of switches in your deck, it usually does the job. And then the Blissful Cyclone. Attach all energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. I guess maybe at least if you do this, you're not losing your energies when you're gonna die next turn. But it's sad. I really like the artwork. It's very cute. Very detailed. Bright and detailed. But they had to make it a useless Blissey card. Very weak. Got this dude. Nest Hoarden. Once during your turn, shuffle your hand and put it at the bottom of your deck. If you do draw one card. What the fuck is this? I guess if you want to go handless, might be some combos with this, but otherwise you don't want to do this in a conventional deck. And then the Greedent. This Pokemon has a Pokemon tool card attached. 160 for 3. Useless once again. Man, I'm out of breath. Indeed. Holding a bunch of flowers here. Acting like a human. So good raising. Switch your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from one of your Pokemon and use it to evolve that Pokemon. And then Hypnoblast 30 with sleep. I guess you can use this to slowly evolve into your guys, but it's not that effective and you still gotta attach energy. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. Maybe you can use this. Then you get the Tandemaeus. I think this is Tamahiro's favorite Pokemon, she said. They're definitely cute, I'll give them that. Little mice Pokemon. Simplistic art, but sometimes the simplistic shit works best. So this guy doesn't do anything. Or this. Is there any purpose for these guys? So Masshold, I think this is the evolution. They basically just multiply. Uh, Cute, but do you do anything? Slap, and then family attack. This attack does 70 damage for each of your must hold in play. So you gotta get a bunch of these to do any real damage. If you just have two, you do 140 for two, which isn't that great. If they should have made this, you do more damage with the little guys too. I mean, you gotta use the little guys to evolve, so I guess they didn't make them in a way where you use the little guys with the big guys together to work. Anyway. And then we got the Squawkabilly. I think that's how you say it. Call for family, and then fly. If tails, nothing. If heads, you're immune to shit. Yeah. How many times have I seen this before? Okay, and then the Cyclazar. Draw 2 cards. This is a basic as well. And then 100 for 3, that's it. Nothing spectacular. Free retreat though. Okay, and we're finally arrived at the trainers, and we're done with this set. You got Electro Generator. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put 2 basic lightning energies from there onto your bench Pokemon any way you like. Okay, so now we're talking some serious shit. Now that lightning Pokemon get this card, I am more confident to say the lightning Pokemon that are probably still gonna suck, like where are you? Like this dude. They're still probably not going to be very strong, but they become more reasonable because you can use this. Where are you? You can use this for some energy acceleration. Even if you get 1 lightning energy, it's still good. Now, I guess you are gonna need to keep track of the energies in your deck, lightning energies in your deck. Maybe use some methods to stack lightning energies, like with the Oranguru. You have to do shit like that with these types of cards. But it's something to work with. And it's energy acceleration at the end of the day. So, pretty good. Okay, and then we get Ultra Ball reprint. This is going to be sticking around for a while. You got the Picnic Basket. Heal 3 damage from each Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's. So I don't think this is a good card or a healthy card. It is a good card because troll decks, like let's say whatever Wailord, do people even use that shit? But decks that don't deal damage and don't care about that shit, they're just gonna reap the benefit to heal all of their guys. They don't care. Yeah, it's a mass healing card. I mean, I guess conventional decks won't be able to utilize it, helping your opponent, but whatever. I'm sure it's gonna have uses. Don't like it. Rare Candy reprint. It doesn't look very good from this artwork, I think. Anyway. Rocky Helmet reprint. And then we got Catty. So this is a, is it supposed to be like a gym leader bitch? I don't know. So shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 8 cards, but your turn ends. God damn. It kind of reminds me of the blue supporter card that nobody that was good used. The point of using a supporter card is to gain consistency during your turn to do shit. Like, see the evolution pieces you need, see energy cards, see the stuff you need to make plays. That card didn't do anything. This card I don't think is going to do anything either. Maybe, once again, the troll-ass fucking decks in Expanded that just use crushing hammers and try and get you stuck and try and do shit so that you can't win. All of these shit deck you out. Maybe they can use this to draw a lot of cards, kind of like Steven. But you get mass draw as opposed to grabbing 3 cards of what you want. It only benefits those types of decks, which I do not like. it becomes a broken card in those decks and a useless card in conventional decks. And I don't like this shit. This is not balanced shit. Okay? So this is gonna be good in those decks. I mean, it's pretty much almost like a max chorus if you think about it. A Cynthia +2. It's definitely strong. So for the decks that don't care about attacking and do troll shit, it's gonna be a broken card inside them. Fuck. Professor Research, this dude version, and Arvin, search your deck for one item card and one Pokemon tool card, review them and put them into your hand. So this is like a Skyla, but you also get a tool. So in some specific decks that do run tools, this might be good. Yeah, it's kind of like the Volkner. Instead of Irida, I think it's her name for water Pokemon. Instead of just grabbing an energy, you're forced to grab an item and then you grab something else as a bonus compared to Skyla. Good card. Then we got Miriam, like Miriam from Bloodstained. Choose up to 5 Pokemon in your discard pile, reveal them and shuffle them into your deck, then draw 3 cards. This is pretty good. Now, normally we've seen shuffle recovery supporter cards like this before, like Palmer in the DP era, Palmer's contribution, and then Brock, which was even stronger. And it was the Flower Shop lady too that did some shit like that from Heart Gold. Sometimes they do see play. Some people prefer to use them. It also depends on the deck. But most of the time, things like Super Rod, Night Maintenance before, they're more consistent. In the X and Y era, we had the Sacred Ash, which did recover 5 Pokemon, and it was only an item. That was pretty strong in some decks. So this takes up your supporter for the turn, but the good news is that it does give you draw. I mean, this is essentially like a Pot of Avarice from Yu-Gi-Oh! If you think about this, which is kind of cool. You're going to recover a Pokemon, so you can't just use this to draw 3 straight up. So you got to have Pokemon in your discard. But then you also draw cards, which is very nice. I think this card is going to see some good play. I'm interested to test it out because it's freaking Pot of Avarice, basically. Pot of Avarice, you draw 2 cards. This is you draw 3. So nice. So when Pokemon copies shit like this from Yu-Gi-Oh, it's great. It's when they copy other shit when it's not great. But this is a very nice addition in the format. I like this. Might be the best supporter I've seen in a while. Very good. Get your recovery, draw 3. I mean, yeah, if they're not going to give us anything like Super Rod, we have Ordinary Rod, but when you don't want to recover energies, that usually isn't very good. You just get 2 Pokemon. I mean, it's a good card, but this, you can't get energies. It has to be Pokemon, which makes it a bit difficult once again. I mean, with Palmer and Brock, you could grab basic energies too. I wish they let you just grab everything. And maybe draw 2 cards as opposed to 3. Just something. I don't know. Anyway. I'm sure it's going to see play in decks though for sure. We got Mesagoza. I think this is like the town of the game. Okay, so once turning each player's turn, that player may flip a coin if heads. Searches the deck for a Pokemon and puts it into their hand. Why you gotta make a broken flip a coin shit like this? I mean, I guess your opponent can use this too, but it's just gonna be so shit when one player gets heads, the other one gets tails. It's some busted shit, but anyway, they gotta print something new, I guess. And then the alternate art cards. This looks pretty lame, I'm not gonna lie. This is not gonna show, but I think it looks better. This dude, not gonna show again. Slowpoke. This is nice, this is definitely cute. Slowpoke, happy ass to see you. Pachirisu, quite cute. It's a shame they made this card terrible. and then everybody else. So very, very nice. So I think in terms of EXs, I think I might like this better than Scarlet. I definitely like Banette. I like Miraidon. Magnezone, I don't know. Arcanine, I don't know. Scarlet definitely had broken shit with the Donphan that does 250 for 3. And that normal pick Pokemon, that was pretty good as well. But I like Miraidon. It's very consistent. And yeah, this guy definitely is like some sort of a Donphan variant. It's not going to show us, but it has the damn nose over its face here. Okay. This bitch is broken. Arvin is good. Miriam is also really nice as well. Great card. And Spidops from here is strong too. But yeah, this is the Violet set. So they're definitely giving us strong cards to work with this set, as they always do. What it's going to be the most broken thing, I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. It depends. I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably just going to be Arceus V-Star. That's going to be busted as always. Yeah, rare candy, secret rare. Okay, this is going to be hot. But anyways, guys, this video has gone long enough. This is my review of the Violet set. Check out the Scarlet set if you're interested to see what I think in those cards. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I will see you guys on the next one. What a